Hello everybody, James Miracle here with Mitsubishi Electric, Area Manager for Eastern and Central PA. And we have about 20 minutes here. Just want to do a quick rundown and review along with the upgrades of Kumo Cloud, which is now Kumo Cloud version 2.6 on the app. And the interface at this point is Kumo Cloud 2.0 interface. With the 20 minutes we have, we'll review what the Kumo Cloud is. We'll talk about the new app features very briefly and some of the new accessories that are coming down the pike that we launched towards the tail end of 2017 into the beginning of 2018. And we'll also identify all the upgraded manuals that are available now on MyLink Drive as well. Before we do so and identify what Kumo Cloud is, we want to reaffirm who our target segment and who our target segment looks like. They fall into two categories primarily. 50% of our business falls into comfort seekers and tech seekers categories. And in regards to Kumo Cloud, we find that the tech seekers, the individuals that are looking at whole home automation, integrated Wi-Fi, lighting, thermostats, full access to their equipment, the Kumo Cloud and its functionality falls right in line with those tech seekers. The profile themselves, as far as business that comes our way at Mitsubishi, the target age range is 30 to 54. The combined household income, depending on the area you're in, is anywhere from $100,000 to $125,000 on average. Again, these are national averages. The property value is at or around $300,000. The bottom line is these people are willing to spend money for a premium product. They're looking to go green, they're energy conscious, they're looking to save on their utility bills, and they're willing to make adjustments and upgrades to their dwellings and renovations. So Kumo Cloud, why Kumo Cloud? It falls into that tech seeker category more so than any of other products that we have in line on the controls and accessories side. We're adding to the Kumo Cloud platform. You'll see here shortly with the Kumo Station some of the accessories, and we will also be able to backlog existing equipment into our Kumo platform going into 2018. So the Kumo Cloud, bottom line is, guys, simply put, this is a proprietary Mitsubishi Wi-Fi app that can be downloaded for free. So long as you have an Apple or Android device, you can download the app at your convenience. There is no demo of the app specifically, but you can walk a homeowner through a pretty significant portion of the capabilities of the app just by downloading the app and not syncing it up with any interface in particular. The wireless interface is required for any indoor unit that you want linked up to the Kumo app. It is on version 2.0. It does not require a WPS Wi-Fi signal from your cable modem or router. It's independent at this point. So as long as you have Bluetooth connectivity as well as Wi-Fi, albeit not WPS independent protected, you should be good to go. Any indoor units that you want linked up to the Kumo app, you can link up any one of our indoor units. That includes any of the M series, P series, or quite honestly the City Multi-VRF indoor units as well as the Pumi side. Any indoor unit needs a Wi-Fi interface. So if you have 4 indoor units, you want all 4 linked up to the app, you would need 4 interfaces for that system to be complete. Full functionality out of the equipment, and it's not limited like the MHK1 and the Honeywell Gateway system is. With the Gateway, you're limited to 4 zones, whereas on the Kumo Cloud, it is unlimited. You could have 30 indoor units linked up to one Kumo app. You could have multiple rental properties and up to 20 zones or more linked up to one Kumo app. It's fully independent and full functionality of our equipment. So you have multiple locations. It's programmable. You can set a one-time event or a reoccurring event. So I can't sit here and tell you it's 7-day programmable. It's really unlimited programming as far as I'm concerned. Again, the requirements right out of the gate, you do have to have an Android or Apple device to link up. Could be a smartphone, could be a tablet, but it has to be Android or Apple. We are not requiring a WPS router anymore, so as long as you have a cable subscription with an internet provider and a wireless router, you're good to go. With the upgrade to 2.0 interface and Bluetooth connectivity, the linking capabilities of our Kumo interfaces are much easier than version 1.0, and we have backlogged the cable modems such that we will read with just about every cable modem out there, so long as it's within a 5 to 10 year period, give or take. On MyLink Drive, the compatibility charts have been upgraded. My apologies in the lower right-hand corner there, but all the M-Series compatibility charts and the P-Series compatibility charts that are applicable to what we're talking about today are upgraded, and so long as you have a CN105 connector on the indoor control board, which dating back to 2008-2009 timeframe, which was the inception of the CN105 connector, you can link all those indoor units. So long as they have a CN105 connector, you can link that interface into the board and link it up to the app respectively. Again, with the version 2.0 interface, we no longer require a Wi-Fi protected service on your cable modem. That hindered the syncing process and in certain instances required a homeowner to upgrade their cable modem. That is no longer the case now. We've integrated Bluetooth connectivity, and you do not need a Wi-Fi protected service to link up. We have upgraded the app quite a few times. We are now in version 2.6. If you have one of the older versions outside of version 2.6 or 2.0, quite honestly, you might consider deleting the app off your phone and just setting the app on your smart device and going strictly with 2.6. That'll alleviate any initial setup issues that you might have. But 2.6 app, we've increased our initial settings process. There is a code that needs to be entered for the installers out in the field, which I'll reference in a second. There's some additional equipment function settings that give you the capabilities more so than you had with version 1.0 with some of our indoor unit functionality. And then transfer ownership is the big one here, guys. The techs out in the field do not have to have the homeowner present with his or her smart device to link up any particular interface or system. Installer settings, guys, the big one here, the installer code that pops up as a requirement now on initial setup is 9999. That's not listed anywhere in the submittals. It is now listed in the installer's guide on Kumo Cloud off of MyLink Drive, but that's a couple phone calls that I've gotten recently. That code is a requirement now, and it's 9999 for future reference. That transfer ownership functionality, so as the installing contractor or tech is out on site, he has his or her smart device, he's linking up individual zones. He's going to set preferred programming schedules. He's going to incorporate his company info. Whenever he's satisfied that all the advanced function features are set up appropriately, company info is in there, and all the zones are linked up to the app, he or she is then going to take the transfer ownership button into account. They're going to plug in the email address of the homeowner's smart device of preference, and he's going to send an email to that homeowner. As soon as the homeowner accepts the email, all the information and everything was set up on the tech's smart device will then correspond over to the homeowner's smart device, and the tech can move on to the next job. It's a pretty slick advanced function feature here. We added it to version 2.0. It's been out for a couple months now. The contractors really like the addition. In addition to that, the installing contractor information. In the event the homeowner is present or the installing tech has the homeowner's device in hand, he now has the capability of still plugging in his contractor info, which wasn't an option with version 1.0 interface and version 1.0 app. So version 2.6, contractor has the ability through the homeowner's device to incorporate his contractor info to capture opportunities for future service-related infos. All the manuals on MyLink Drive have been updated. There's a specific section for Kumo Cloud. Once you get into the interface, we have an updated install manual. We have a guide for the installer as well as the homeowner. We have a homeowner's guide to help them navigate through day-to-day functionality. To reference Kumo Cloud on MyLink Drive, there is a specific section, as I mentioned. You go under Controls and Accessories, Software, Building Management, Kumo Cloud. There is a Kumo Cloud version 2 section in there, and everything has been updated to incorporate MP and City Multi VRF indoor units. Some of the updates coming down the pike for 2017, the fall of and the beginning of 2018. We've got the Kumo station coming down the pike. That is a centralized hub which will allow you to integrate existing heat or cooling sources into our equipment and our Wi-Fi service here. We'll have wireless sensors such that, let's say you want to hook up an MVZ air handler. Kumo Cloud interface wasn't an ideal situation because you're sensing temperature at the air handler and at the return air thermistor. Well, we have an opportunity now with this wireless sensor that has Bluetooth connectivity to our Kumo interfaces to then remotely mount and remotely read indoor temperature, room temperature, and humidity for any one zone, including an MVZ air handler. We have an IT extender coming out, which will allow you to remotely mount a CN105 connection, let's say for the Kumo station, for instance, or an interface that simply can't be hidden with an indoor unit, wall mount or floor console. You'll have up to 56 feet to rotate a CN105 connector into an adjacent room, attic, or crawl space or basement. And then finally, we have the addition of an outdoor air temperature sensor. It is a wired outdoor air sensor, much like you've seen on the unitary side, but we've added that to the repertoire to allow us to kick on that supplemental or auxiliary heat should you integrate that Kumo station. So we'll start with the Kumo station at a very high level because there's not a whole lot of details out just yet. Kumo station is a centralized hub. You will need to hook up a Kumo interface to the Kumo station as well, but it will allow you to integrate supplemental heating or auxiliary heat sources into our systems, as well as various IAQ products that may or may not have been able to be linked into our indoor units. That includes humidification, dehumidifiers, outdoor air sensors, and ERVs or any type of ventilation that you want to hook up. Kumo station communication will take the primary zone source with the Kumo interface. It'll link up to the app as well. You'll have to link up its independent interface up to the cable modem, just like any other indoor unit. But again, you'll have the ability then to link up IAQ products as well as control supplemental heating within the house as well. Heating modes, again, you'll have first stage, second stage, or possibly third stage supplemental heat or auxiliary heat functionality out of this, and it'll all be determined by the outdoor air temperature should you have it integrated into the system with that 2-wire outdoor air temperature sensor. Kind of like a dual fuel application, if you will. Kumo station, you'll be able to add wireless sensors, backup heaters, humidifiers, dehumidifiers, ventilation, the whole nine. You'll have limited access to control those as well, right? Like a dehumidifier or humidifier with target humidity or dehumidity set points, but you'll have on-off functionality out of it. You won't be able to control it like a humidistat or dehumidistat. That'll be physically set on the unit locally, and then you'll have on-off control with the dehumidifier, humidifier, or ERV for that matter, depending on how you set the Kumo station up. Our wireless sensor, for frame of reference and size, we put a penny next to it. Relatively speaking, it's a small temperature and humidity sensor. It won't even be noticed in the conditioned space. It does have Bluetooth connectivity and has a low energy output. It is battery operated. You will have to replace the battery typically once a year, so it's a reoccurring PM. I look at it as an advantage for your contractors out in the field. They'll be able to get some touch points with the homeowners. More than likely, they'll be setting that up each year. But that being said, this will connect to your corresponding Kumo Cloud interface via Bluetooth, and you'll be able to sense temperature and humidity within that conditioned space as well. This is primarily speaking for our ducted equipment, the SCZs, the PEADs, and moreover, the MVZ air handlers and the SVZ air handlers once they get launched. Pretty easy to navigate. Once they're available, they will be easily set up. It's a little tap on the counter, and then within 30 seconds, I'm being told you'll be able to link up to the Kumo Cloud app. Okay, so you'll have individual humidity and temperature sensing capability from that conditioned space remotely via Bluetooth. And last but not least, our outdoor air temperature sensor. Everybody has seen these before. Everybody has them on the shelf on the unitary side. It's your typical 2-wire outdoor sensor, right? It works off 18-gauge thermostat wire, so you can mount this up to 200 foot from the Kumo station. Residentially speaking, that should cover you in every instance that I can possibly think of. You don't want direct sunlight, just like any other application. So installing on the north-facing wall is preferred. And again, this is going to work in conjunction with the Kumo station to alert the system as to when that supplemental heat or auxiliary emergency backup heat should kick on in the event our heat pump can't keep up for whatever reason. Right? And that's the upgrades of the Kumo Cloud. So if you have any questions going forward, please feel free to reach out to your local Pierce TM or myself directly, or my counterpart Jeff France out in the field. And have a great day, everybody. Talk to you shortly.